I stood upon the rocky shore. I watched the tall ships come. For 40,000 years I'd been the first Australian.
Imam Ayatollah Zara, the question that came to him, we were out of time. And so to honour the process of being able to respond to questions that have been received, I just pray for patience from my Interfaith working group colleagues. Imam, can I invite you to just come forward, and Richard, can I ask you to just give the microphone to Imam here. The question was, thank you very much. The question is something light, easy to respond to. Is from your experience, what are the signs of hope globally that you see in terms of the reconciliation and cooperation between Sunni and Shia communities? I'd love to have a dialogue actually, but anyway, we'll just leave it with Imam Ayatollah at the moment, just to respond to that.
Thank you, Cameron, for the question. That is actually a very good question. First and foremost, the Islamic teachings in general, when we look at it, the differences, I would say, the very fundamentals, you cannot find any difference. Just the way about the very, very minor issues or minor perspective, there would be differences. For example, the common ground is in terms of believing in one God, Allah, that is the same. No difference between different school of thought from the Islamic perspective. In terms of the book that they are all practicing and they respect and then abide by is the Quran, is the same. We don't have second version of the Quran. There is only one version. Everyone is practicing it. And the third one is the Prophet. So these are the very main, important, basic, fundamental, common grounds. So when it comes to differences, I would say those differences after the Prophet's demise, who would be the leader, that is an issue which is not an issue in terms of actually to lead to conflict. But the solution for this is, as the majority or almost all of the scholars from both school of thought, from the Shia and Sunni, they are saying the common ground and commonality is 90% plus. And then the rest, when we have a dialogue, that could be resolved and wouldn't be any issue. So personally myself, I can say I'm from both backgrounds. But practicing and finally, actually, I came up to this conclusion to practice, from my perspective, Shia, or when we say Shia, so we are following the family of Prophet Muhammad, who has been introduced as Ahl al-Bayt. So he says, these are the followers, these are the guides and the shining lights for anyone who wants to grasp to the rope of their guidance, they will be guided. And then, of course, we have respect and special respect actually for the all entire companions of the Prophet, and that is the minor difference. So it would be resolved by communication, and that is the answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Out of respect for our local Imam, Imam Abdul, would you like to add on to that?
I think just one word will do: depoliticizing the faith. Depoliticizing the faith. If we can do that, Shia and Sunni been living intermarriage, their family, one family living over centuries, till we wanted to have some resources, and then we politicized the entire things, and then they started fighting, and we sell the weapon to both parties. So it's, it's not only internal player, it's external player also in putting the fuel. When I was in Egypt, in 2004, I saw all this satellite channel popping up like mushroom, and each channel are spreading hatreds towards each other, Shia and Sunni. And then I forecasted at that time, they started with the words and it will end up with the bloods, and that's happening. And basically, all the people who are fueling it is the politician. They don't believe in any faith, neither Shia nor Sunnah. The only thing they believe in, money and power. So the one thing will resolve the problem with the Shia and Sunnah is depoliticizing Islam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's a lot of wisdom in both of those responses, so thank you for that. We do have about 17 minutes where we can go to the floor if people have some questions that they'd like to ask members of the Interfaith Working Group. So we've got a roving microphone and can bring the microphone to you. If you have a question, please just raise your hand and we'll bring the microphone to you. Oh, we've had a question come in. Thank you. This is for the Venerable Wu Jin, who's looking nervous already. Venerable Wu Jin, what do you see as being the most important steps forward toward peace?
Thank you for the question. It seems like you have been very involved in our community and events. I would say from Venerable Master's teaching, it will be education for more people to learn the culture and teachings of each other's faith and cultures without changing our own faith. We have to stress that. Keeping to our own faith, dwelling deeper into our own faith teachings, but yet open to learning about our neighbors, So learning about our neighbors or the people around us doesn't change who we are or what we believe. So I guess the education is what we need to bring forward, and for the youth to continue learning as well, starting from young children, learning their own faith and open to know about the other faiths. That will help resolve lots of misunderstanding and achieving peace.
Any questions? 2 more questions. This is exciting. I feel like I'm just winning the lottery here. Okay, so one question, and maybe we'll pass it to people who've not yet had a chance to speak. So Stephen, if I can pass the microphone to you, what are some challenges that you have faced as a member of the Toowoomba Interfaith Working Group?
Well, the one thing I know is that each one of us comes from a certain faith persuasion, and no one subscribes to any faith unless you believe for some reason it is better than the others. If you didn't come in from that point of view, then you are not faithful to your particular religion. So all of us come in knowing that to some degree my faith will serve my purpose much better than the other faiths. So the challenge, I would say, is that the common perception of people about working in an interfaith situation is that you dissolve all your beliefs and let us come and form this homogeneous, all-accepting and all-suiting kind of religion where everybody's idea is, and that is really not interfaith. It is not really multi-faith. That is kind of like making one faith. So the challenge for me has been somebody meeting you and thinking, oh, now you have left your faith. You have joined up, this new religion that has come up. And I think a lot of these members also go through the same thing. And what we insist to people is, it is faiths coming in with the understanding that you will practice your own faith as authentically as possible, but knowing that every other person has the right to exist under God, and we respect each one, each faith.
I would have been happy with the last question. That's a hard question. It's a really good question, whoever asked it.
Evelyn, can I encourage you to share with everyone gathered your idea of projects? You know, like just to be. Can I?
Yes,
Yeah,
Nicole.
Okay?
Nicole and I had a conversation about this time last year, and my vision would be that we could all work together to help those in need. There's many needy, particularly with the refugee situation. And as a group, I know we're all trying very hard to educate ourselves as to the needs of others. And I think that as a Toowoomba Interfaith group, we will continue to do that. And we're trying to do that very well, particularly educating ourselves as to others' beliefs. And that's the biggest thing that I have come to terms with since I've been part of the group, that we all have light and truth and knowledge, and that we're able to share that. And if we were able to let our own communities know, and our own faith communities I'm talking about, because we might sit here as interfaith people wanting to improve things, but unless we can bring our congregations along with us with the same ideals, well then it's difficult to make a change within the community. So my challenges, my visions for the future would be to be able to educate our own communities about other faiths. And I love being part of this group because my visions have been so much widened, my ideas and love for them all has just grown immensely. Sorry, I'll try. But also to be able to start to do things together. Learning about each other's one thing, but doing things together, I think, is important for those that are in need. And then that way we're helping other people, and those that are in need will then be helped, will feel part of the community, and when they're settled, they'll want to be part of it and they'll want to help others in the same way.
Thanks, Evelyn. From thinking I don't know what to say, you did really well. I think you did really well. Can you please pass the microphone now to Dr. Arslan? No, it's okay. I'm going to use this one here. So, Dr. Arslan, there's a question, and I know this has come from my good friend Peter, who has come from the very troubled context of South Sudan. So I think his question speaks out of that lived reality and experience. For the sake of peace and harmony, what kind of doctrine would really promote peace, social justice and harmony in our world?
Thank you. When young people get married, when we do finish the ceremony, I tell them, both of you wait here. In life, there are disputes. God has created two things, the stone and cotton wool. When you see your husband comes in and he's like stone, angry and disappointed, don't confront him. Be cotton wool. He hits you, you just absorb the pressure. And nothing happens, nothing breaks, and he will come down and things will be good. Next time when he is good, bright and white cotton wool, you be the stone and you hit him. This means Human beings are human beings, all creation of a great creator. We should learn and we should know we are not the center of the circle. We should compromise. We should love each other. We should give in. And that is what Sufism teaches us. Just be a humble person. And then there will be no fight. When there is no fight, you don't spend your money for ammunition. You buy good things. And you will have a beautiful, comfortable, full of knowledge, wisdom, and progress life. God knows which is true.
Thank you. I don't think cotton wool will ever be quite the same for me again, actually. Friends, can the microphone come to Venerable Wu Chin? Another question has come in, and you are definitely the most qualified person to respond to this question. The question is, can you please, this is not in the question, I would ask succinctly, outline the principal differences between the different types of Buddhism, between the North and the South, and is one more philosophical than the other?
Talking about the different types of Buddhism, the North and the South.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm a Pure Land Buddhist, more you would call Mahayana, maybe would be more the North. Yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm in authority to comment about the South. But for us, Buddhists, as Buddhism, all the different schools are taught by the Buddha. So it is the teachings from each schools of Buddhism are actually for different needs and capacities of different people. During the Buddha's time, we were told there were 84,000 methods, of teachings. So because everyone is different, Buddha recognized that. So the Lord Buddha actually taught the different methods, and later on it got, separated or called different types of schools, but they are all, we recognize them as all the teachings of the Buddha. So it's just the different techniques of practicing, but they are all to help us, the goal of it, or the objective, is to gain a pure mind and to reach the inner peace, to attain our true Buddha nature or true nature. Yeah. So as long as the teachings are in line with that, reaching that wisdom and compassion that's within us, then we are on the right path.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? I think the questions have been really well received. In this, either people handing in written questions or texting them. There's a discipline that goes with that. But there's a discipline. Thank you very much. And there's a different, sense to how we've run before, where somebody might get a microphone and get a bit carried away, and not give people. Wow. This is a great question, Zaina. Did you write this question? Because they're all about young people. We do have time for two more responses, and I think the two who have not yet responded are Nicole and Jag. So we're giving everybody a chance to respond. Nicole, your question is this. As the mother of daughters, I think you'll get this. Do you think schools should focus more on educating young people of other religions, and how could this happen?
Thank you for the question. Do I think schools need to focus on teaching children from other religions?
Focus more on educating young people of other religions.
Yes. Okay. So I am a mother of 4 children, and I would be encouraging, further education and focus. I think that's the question, is, should there be a focus on religion? And I suppose this school here, St Ursula's College, actually, is one of the many schools where the study of religion as a subject is, is promoted and encouraged. And I'd like to think that all our schools have that, opportunity for young people to study religion. We actually, in our meeting this week, talked about our 360s scriptures being accessible to students who are studying that subject. So my children have had the option of study of religions or religion and ethics, and I think it's valuable in terms of their values and their understanding and knowledge and experience of other religions. And I think when we have young people who have the opportunity to travel and to be in relationship with one another, for them to be able to focus on other people's religions and their commitment that they make, I think that it would be valuable. I cannot see any reason why it shouldn't be a focus for young people to attend schools and have the opportunity to not only really study other religions, but to somehow experience it. And I know kids go to school and they love trying out new foods that they've never tried before. And I think young people, the value they have in being open to new experiences is valuable. I'd like you to be aware that as a young woman, I actually was awarded a scholarship in the Catholic Church to actually study. There was a scholarship for young women, young Catholic women, Interfaith fellowship. For 2 years, I actually had the opportunity to go to mosques, to synagogues, to Sikh temples, and to seek relationships, which was really valuable. So I think my response is, let's certainly encourage our young people to have the focus in school communities to learn and understand more about religions.
Thanks, Nicole. Very good response. And Jag, the final question for this afternoon. What is a notion or a belief that you have found helpful and in common with another religion? Or with your own belief?
It's a very hard question. See, I'm a Christian and we start again. I'm born Hindu and my wife is Hindu. She's sitting there.
The goddess?
She's my goddess. And she's a Hindu, I'm a Christian. And when our marriage was a fixed marriage, so she did not know that I'm a Christian, but I knew she was a Hindu. And my idea in my mind was that when she'll join me, she'll become a Christian. But it didn't come that way. But as I believe in my Bible, that people have a free will. And God has given a free will. So I must not interfere if God has given us a free will, I must not interfere if anybody's free will. Everybody's got a free will and they should all exercise their free will. But there's something also called sharing and love. Sawan and I have got a bond, a love in between us, that religion, we have been married for 80 years, and I don't think we had even 8 seconds of dispute or argument of religion in my house. When I said to Sawan, I got a church function, and they need some food, they need this, they need fundraising, Sawan said, yes, what can I do? And we join our hands, we do it. We do it together, we do it in love. And when she says, I have to go and do this preaching, I said, where? She said, oh, we have to go to Brisbane. I said, when? She said, Sunday. Oh, Sunday is my church day. I have to give sermon. She said, how about after your sermon? I said, okay, pack the car. After sermon, we'll go. So this is how we respect each other's religion. And and when I came to TIWG, when I joined Hanif, Brother Hanif, when he came to my house and talked about this, I got really pumped up. But as Brother question was, that there was a challenge? Yes. I had a big challenge from my church because my church is very conservative. They don't believe in mixing with other religion. And I was one man out, and I was also a preacher there, and all my congregation were suspicious. They became suspicious of what Jag is doing. But it took me 6 years now to convince them that I'm not selling my religion, I'm not watering down my religion, but I'm sharing my religion in terms of love, faith, and compassion, and tolerance, and teaching, and being part of the mission of what Master Chinkung was, to make Toowoomba. He's put his heart in Toowoomba to make Toowoomba a model city, and we want to make this city in peace and harmony, and this is my mission. So my church, once they understood what my mission is, when they understood where I'm coming from, when they understood that I'm not selling my religion, I'm still same man in the church, and I'm same man outside, they accepted me. So it took 6 years for me to convince them, but now we are all good families. So faith and religion, I've got no fear, brother, in any shape, form, of size, that I'm frightened of to talk to any religion.
Thank you, Jag. Can we please affirm the Toowoomba Interfaith Working Group? It's been a very rich time. Can I invite the working group please to stand? And we begin and end our meetings together with the affirmation that we began with this morning. So we'll offer that now. Is it possible to put the words up there? Can I invite you please to stand also? We'll offer that together, and then our wonderful MC will just give us a few directions in terms of housekeeping and starting time tomorrow. I think the words are coming right there. So let's take a few breaths. Thankful for the conversations that we've had, the new insights that we take away with us.
I'm a hot wind from the desert. I'm a black soil of the plains. I'm the mountains and the valleys. I'm the drought and flooding rains. I am the rock, I am the sky, the rivers when they run, the spirit of this great land. I am Australia. We are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come. We share a dream.